Welcome to Missouri Sports Talk. I'm your host, Cameron Staley, and today we are doing the Class 1 through 3 state predictions. Now, this one's not going to be as extensive because we already covered all the teams. So if you've been following or you watched the past videos, you'll know most of these teams. So we'll say the points per game and we'll say the record and we'll call it good there. So let's go to Class 1. So first we have Richland and Clarkton. All right, I'm going to take Richland here. They're 22-7 going into the state tournament, and they're scoring 75.5 a game. Now, the next game that we have is Chadwick against South Iron. South Iron is on the road for this one, but I think that they'll wrap this one up pretty easily. They're 27-1 on the year, and they're scoring about 62.5 a game. Next, we have Sacred Heart at Prairie Home. I am going to take the road team once again here. Sacred Heart Gremlins, they are 23-5, scoring 61 a game. So Sacred Heart is going to be my pick here. Next we have Brunswick and Green City. I am going to take another road team here. Green City, 25-2. I think they just outmatch Brunswick here. For our fifth match of Class 1, we have Doddville against Billings. I'm going to take Doddville here. I took them in the districts. Also to point out, I went 12-4 for our Class 1 district predictions. Overall, I went 28-20. We'll talk about which one really ruined my record here later. So we've got Sheldon and St. Elizabeth. Sheldon is hosting St. Elizabeth, but I am going to take St. Elizabeth here. They are 17-12, scoring almost 62 a game. So it's a really solid team this year. Next, Grundy County, and they are facing Bramer, I believe. Grundy is 24-3. They're scoring 61 a game, and I think Grundy County's just got this one. Next, we have South Nodaway against South Holt, teams of the South here. South Nodaway is 25-3, so scoring 64 a game. I think South Nodaway's got a really solid squad this year. I think they'll make a deep playoff run, and we'll talk about them in a second. Let's move on to the quarterfinals now, all right? Our first match, South Iron against Richland. South Iron should host this one, I believe, how the bracket falls. They're 27-1. If they win that first game, they'll be 28-1 going into this game, and that's who I'm going to take here. I took both South Iron and Richland out of their districts, and I was correct about both of them. But South Iron is my team here going to the Final Four. Our next Final Four team, I'm going to take Green City over Sacred Heart. Green City, of course, scoring 68. They'll have 26 wins going into this game. It's a really solid team. So our next one, this one may be surprising for a few people, is St. Elizabeth against Doddville. And I am going to take St. Elizabeth to go to the Final Four once again. You know, I know they're 18-12 going into this game. 17-12, of course, right now. If they win their sectional match, they will be 18-12. They played a really tough schedule, and I think they've overcome their challenges this year, and I think that they'll win this one. And our final quarterfinal match, South Nodaway against Grundy County. South Nodaway should be hosting this one if I looked at it correctly, and I am going to take them here. They're scoring 63.6 a game. I think that they'll just outmatch Grundy County here, and they'll take care of that home court advantage. So let's go to the Final Four now. Our first match of the Final Four, Green City against South Iron. I think it's really obvious. I've been talking up about South Iron since the last video. I'm going to take South Iron here going to the championship game. In our next game, South Nodaway against St. Elizabeth. I know I've been talking up on St. Elizabeth a lot, but I am going to pick South Nodaway here to go to the championship game. So let's talk about our third place match now. I've got St. Elizabeth against Green City in our third place game. I am going to take Green City to win this one against St. Elizabeth. In our championship game for Class 1, I'm taking South Iron over South Nodaway to get this one done, and they would end the season 31-1. So to wrap it up, first place, South Iron. Second place, South Nodaway. Third place, Green City. And fourth place, St. Elizabeth. So let's go to Class 2 now. I went 10-6 in the predictions in this one, so not as good as Class 1, but still pretty solid. All right, let's start off with Game 1. This will be South Pemiscot against Kabul. I am going to take Kabul here. They are 17-11, scoring 60 a game, and they will be at home. So home court advantage, of course. You know I like home court advantage, so I'm going to take Kabul here. Our second match, Puxico against St. Vincent. I am very high on Puxico this year. They will be hosted by St. Vincent, but if they win this one, then they will host a quarterfinal game. So Puxico 22-5, scoring 70 a game. So they're my pick here. Next game. This is the game of the sectionals, all Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3. This is my favorite game here. Is Eugene against Hartville. Hartville is hosting, and they're 25-2. But I am very high on this Eugene team this year. They're 25-3, and they're scoring 74 a game. So I'm going to take Eugene to catch a dub on the road and move to the Elite Eight. Next, we have College Heights hosting Blue Eye. College Heights 18-10, Blue Eye 21-6, but I am going to take the home team here, College Heights. They're scoring 60 a game, and I think that they'll get this one done. Next, we have Canton and Harrisburg. These are two teams that I did not think were going to make it out of their district, and give me Canton here. I'm surprised that Harrisburg made it this far. They played against Blair Oaks in the Harrisburg tournament, actually, and they got wrecked. And I know it's a Class 2 against a Class 4, I get it, but they just did not look good. They have a pretty small lineup. I'm going to take Canton here. Canton is 21-7 this year. They're scoring 59 a game. Our next matchup, Salisbury against Tipton. Tipton is at home. I know a lot of people like that, including myself, but I am going to take Salisbury here because they're my favorite team by far in this class. They're 26-2, and they're scoring 67 a game, so give me Salisbury here. Next, we have the correct pronunciation. Thank you, Jose Cortez, for figuring this one out for me, is Wablo against Crest Ridge. Crest Ridge is at home. They're 23-5, but I've got Wablo here. Wablo's got a really good team this year. They're scoring almost 74 a game and only allowing 42. So 26-2, I like Wablo here. Next, we have Maysville and Plattsburgh. This one's going to be a barn burner. Maysville's 25-1, and they are hosting, and Plattsburgh is 24-4. I like Maysville here. They're scoring 69 a game and only allowing 42.7. So Maysville is my pick to make it out of the sectionals here. Let's go to the quarterfinals of Class 2 now. We would have Puxico hosting Kabul in our first matchup at the top of the bracket. Of course, I'm taking Puxico here. Kabul, I don't know. They're pretty solid. They would be 18-11 going into this game, but I just like Puxico a lot more here. Next, we have Eugene and College Heights. I think if Eugene can get past Hartville, they're going to breeze past College Heights, and this one would be at home. So they're about 15 minutes down the road from me, so I'd probably go to this game. Next, we have Salisbury against Canton. Salisbury, I think, could wrap this one up pretty easily. They would be at home here. And our last one, Wablo against Maysville. This one would definitely be the best game of the semifinals. Quarterfinals. I have Wablo here. They would be at home, I believe. They're 26-2, of course, like I said, scoring 74 and allowing 42. I think that just that matches up pretty well against Maysville. They have pretty similar numbers, but I think Wablo would just have the edge here at home. So let's go to our Class 2 Final Four now. Our first match, Eugene and Puxico. I'm going to take Eugene here. I really, really like Eugene here. No home court advantage. I believe the Final Four will be played in Columbia this year. So, Eugene is closer, but of course they're not having any home court advantage here, so it'll probably be 50-50 in the crowd. I'm going to take Eugene. And then Wablo and Salisbury. I'm very high on both of those teams. I've talked up on them in the last video and in this video, of course, as you've heard. But I am going to take Salisbury here. I think they're also going to win the state championship if we just want to go straight to that. I think they're going to beat Eugene. And for the third place game, Wablo is going to beat Puxico. I think this is a really good class this year. We're going to have some really good games in Columbia. So to wrap up Class 2, Salisbury, first place, Eugene, second place, Wablo, third place, and Puxico, 4th. Let's take it to Class 3 now. Our first game will be Central New Madrid County against Charleston. Charleston kind of had a pretty easy district this year. They're 14-14 going up against the best team in Class 3. So I think Central New Madrid could win this one by 20 or more. All right, Jefferson Festus against Kingston. Jefferson is hosting this one. They're scoring 63 a game, and they're 22-5, so I'm going to take them here. Next, we have Thayer and Fatima. This is the best one, easily, of sectionals in Class 3. I had a really tough time picking this one. Thayer's got a really good squad, and they're at home, but I just really like this Fatima team this year, so I'm going to take Fatima here. They're scoring 64.5 a game. They're 22-6, and I know Thayer's 20-8, so they're really closely matched up. I believe they're both ranked top 10 in the class. I'm going to take Fatima in this one. Next, we have Southwest hosting Greenwood. I believe I had Greenwood coming out of this one. I did not have Southwest out of this one. And also to add, I forgot to say, I went 6-10 in Class 3 in the district tournament predictions. So that was what made me, I believe I said 28-20. It was really rough for Class 3. I messed up a lot. There was a lot of guys that I picked to win that lost in the district championship game, so at least I was choosing second place guys instead of, going out really early. So anyways, Greenwood and Southwest. I'm going to take Greenwood on the road here. Greenwood is scoring about 65 a game, and I really like that. So we're going to take Greenwood here. Next, we have Palmyra and Priory. Priory was a surprise pick by most. They're the 3 seed. They're 11-14 going into the district tournament, but they won all 3 of their games. They won their district. It was the first one in a very long time, but I think that they'll have their season ended here in the sectionals by Palmyra. Next, we have Versailles hosting Montgomery County. This is a really good game. Versailles has a really solid team. They've got Ryder Williams this year. I think that they'll beat Montgomery County. Montgomery County seems like a pretty small team. Of course, that is not holding them back at all. They're 23-5. It's a really solid team, but I think Versailles 77.5 points per game will just get the better of Montgomery County here. And then we've got Summit Christian and Butler. Now, I had Adrian coming out of the district against Butler, but Butler is a really good team. I think that they'll win this game against Summit. I know Summit, they had an upset there against Lafayette County. I had Lafayette County going probably second place in the state tournament this year, and their season got cut short by Summit. But I am going to take Butler. I'm still going to doubt Summit here. Butler is scoring 58.5 a game, and they're 21-6. So I'm going to take them on the road for this one. Our final sectional game, East Buchanan hosted by Lawson. Lawson is 13-15. I don't think that they have any chance against East Buchanan here. East Buchanan is scoring 61 a game, so I'm going to take the Bulldogs here. All right, so we're getting close to the end of the video here. Let's go to Class 3 quarterfinals. First, Central New Madrid County, I believe they would be hosting Jefferson Festus here. New Madrid County is 24-3, and they're scoring 73 a game. I love this team so much. I'm going with them here. Fatima and Greenwood. I've got Fatima winning on the road against Greenwood. Another road win for Fatima. I think that they just have what it takes here. And now for our third game of the quarterfinals, Versailles hosting Palmyra. This is going to be a really good game, but I am going to take Palmyra on the road here. I really like Versailles this year, but I just don't think that they have the Final Four potential against Palmyra. This is a really solid team. Palmyra would be 28-1 after this game if they end up beating their sectional match and their quarterfinal match. And our last one, East Buchanan hosting Butler. I'm going to take my third road team here for Class 3. I know Class 2 I went heavy with home teams. I'm going to take road teams here. I really like an upset Butler over East Buchanan here. All right, so our Final Four. It would be Central New Madrid County against Fatima. I'm going to take Central New Madrid County here, of course. I think you all know who I'm going to take in the state championship as well, based on what I've been saying here. Butler and Palmyra, of course, I'm going to take Palmyra here. Butler's got a really solid squad this year, and I still think it's kind of a long shot that I'm taking them for the Final Four here, so I'm going to take Palmyra here. So for the third place game, we would have Fatima and Butler. I'm going to take Fatima to get it done here. And the championship game, Central New Madrid over Palmyra. And to wrap it up, all right, first place, Central New Madrid. Second place, Palmyra. Third place, Fatima. And fourth place, Butler. So thank you all for tuning in. This has been Missouri Sports Talk. We'll see you next time.